In previous video, we tried to familiarize you with KNIME terminology, ecosystem, and installation steps. During this video we are going to explain KNIME Analytics platform in detail and cover all its parts. Then, welcome to Intellacct KNIME Micro Learning Courses.
In this video we are going to navigate the KNIME Analytics platform workbench in detail. Let's start from top left corner, KNIME Explorer. This part contains the local folder and other mount points that will connect you to some other servers. In local, you have access to your own workflow projects as well as data files. Moreover, there are some workflow examples that has been provided for you in this folder and can act as a guide in specific problem. If you right-click on local workspace you can create new KNIME workflow or workflow group. We will discuss this process later. Other mount points are usually consisted of Example Server, KNIME Hub and KNIME Server. Example Server acts as a public repository. In order to use those examples, you need internet access and login in KNIME website. Just double-click and log in, then you can find available examples related to various issues and borrow and modify them for your own problem. The process is the same for KNIME Hub. You need access to internet and an account in KNIME website. KNIME Hub has private and public sections, and any node, component, workflow or new extension on KNIME Hub simply can be drag-dropped into your KNIME workflow editor. For using KNIME Server, you need an enterprise account. On top of KNIME Explorer panel, there are buttons that expand or collapse the elements, refresh the view of them or select the workflow that is displayed on KNIME Workflow Editor. Moreover, you can filter the content of this panel based on your search item. In order to configure the visible items on this panel, an icon has been provided for you that directs you to Preferences window. In this window, you can choose, edit or remove your selected mount points or add new ones. Let's add NodePit as a new mount point. NodePit is such as KNIME Hub and contains its features. First of all you have to add NodePit update site address in KNIME. Go to File, Preferences, Install Updates. Then add NodePit to your available software sites. To do that you need the URL address that can be obtained through NodePit website. To reach that, go to nodepit.com. In Product section, select NodePit for KNIME and copy the provided address. After pasting this address in location box, it would be added to available sites. In next step, you need to install NodePit extension. Go to Help, Install New Software and search the NodePit. Then follow the wizard and wait for installation. Finally, you can add NodePit to your current mount points.
Below KNIME Explorer, there is Workflow Coach panel that acts as a node recommendation engine. It helps you to select next proper node in your workflow by giving some hints. For instance, when you create a new KNIME workflow, it illustrates that 27% of community users utilize Excel Reader node as a first node for importing their data. This statistic is collected from users, and KNIME asks for your voluntary contribution in this process when you open the KNIME for the first time after installation. Such as KNIME Explorer, this panel has Minimize, Maximize, and Configuration button. In Configuration window, you can set Update Plan for this panel. Beneath, there is Node Repository that is a categorized list of all available nodes you have installed through KNIME Core Platform or its extensions. This panel has its own specific search box and you can find your favorite node by searching in two modes, If you know the exact name of the node, use standard search item. If not, fuzzy search button guides you to the most similar name you have typed in the search box. Clicking on the three-dot icon provides you with more information about node, for instance if they are streamable and can be run without complete data or not. You can easily drag and drop any node from Node repository to Workflow Editor or just double-click on Node in this panel. In the middle of the screen, there is Workflow Editor that is a blank canvas and your data project will be created over it. You can put your nodes in this area and organize your workflow. For connecting the nodes together, you need just click on the previous node output port and drag the cursor to the consequent node input port. The display of Workflow Editor can be modified by clicking on this button. It opens the Workflow Editor setting window. By checking this box you can hide or unhide the grids, and in these rows, you are able to change the grid size. In Node Connection part, you can change the shape of connection lines to curve and define their thickness.
At bottom of the page, there are Outline and Console. Outline provides a zoom view of your workflow. This illustration especially will be helpful when you have huge workflow and you cannot see it completely. Outline facilitates looking at such a workflow by navigation through different parts of it. Console is a space that shows you the history of your logs, errors or warning messages during node's execution. At top of this part, some icons have been provided for you that help you perform some actions like clearing the console content, locking it and etc. On the right, there is Node Description panel. If you select a node in Workflow Editor or Node repository, a comprehensive description of the node will be displayed in this section. It contains some information about the node functionality, its setting, input and output ports and other related information dependent on selected node. Besides, this panel gives some information about your workflow such as its title, date of creation, author and etc. You can edit this information whenever you wish. Pay attention that all panels can be minimized, maximized or moved. By following View, Reset Perspective you can go back to the default arrange of panels. In addition to described panels, you can add some other views. Let's add Node Pit and Node Monitor views. Do this by clicking on View, Other and selecting desired view. These views give you some information about selected node or output table of the node respectively.
In this video we took you through the KNIME Analytics Platform Workbench. You get familiar with its various parts and their contents. In next video, we will see how we can import data into KNIME. Until we meet again, just keep KNIMing.